Listen to Iron Maiden, baby, with me.
Welcome to Listen to Iron Maiden, baby. I'm Ash from South Wales.
I'm Ante from New South Wales.
Let's listen to Iron Maiden! Welcome, guys. Welcome to the podcast. I'm Ash, and like I just said, and today myself and Ante are going to be listening to Iron Maiden. Now, as we know, I'm a big Iron Maiden fan, have been for a long time. Ante's a friend of mine, kind of new friend. And yeah,
I'm learning to be a big fan.
That's right. That's the whole point of the show. Ante is like, guys, if you're listening to this, you must be a Maiden fan. Let us know stuff that you know, because Ante wants to know. Ante is very curious about the band.
Quite curious.
But you come from Bruce, right?
Bruce, yes.
That's
the land
right.
of Bruce.
Most people came from Bruce, but at the moment we're currently listening to Killers, which is with another singer called Paul.
Paul, and I'm quite liking it, man.
Do you like Paul?
I quite like Paul.
What do you like about Paul?
Oh, it was just different for me to come. It was like, hang on, this is Iron Maiden? No, I'm quite liking this. Yeah. No, he's just he's a different beast.
He is.
Yeah.
Maiden just announced a tour, which in Japan next year, which we're going to.
Yeah. Hey.
But they also announced one for Australia. Did you hear about that? Did you hear about this?
No.
So they're playing in Australia next year, in Perth, Adelaide, Melbourne for 2 nights.
Yep.
Brisbane, Sydney for 2 nights. Then they're going over to Auckland, New Zealand. Now, I know you're not really a true Australian, as your family fled from Croatia in World War II to Australia.
Well, not World War World War II. No, it's a while back. Yeah.
What's your feeling on New Zealand?
New Zealand? I'm all right. Straight out here, New Zealand, I think Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah. And snow that I never got to see. That's it.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Because that's what's funny about like Europe is that we all hate each other because we have such a long history of like just hating each other. So even like France is, I'm from Wales. Welsh people is, language is from Breton with northwestern France. But even though we're kind of like cousins basically, but we still like hate each other.
With Australians and New Zealanders, like if there is any of that, it's all just a joke.
Yeah, I see.
There's no real bad blood, and we just give them crap about their accents.
Got it.
The
the accent. That's right.
Yeah, and I love the way the Islanders speak too.
Yeah, that's cool. That's right. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, you serious, bro?
Yeah. Yeah. My brother's in the army, and a lot of Fijian. The Fiji people from Fiji are in the British Army, so I met a lot of them, and they're also densely, like their body is so thick.
Built like fridges, man.
I know. I was shocked. I came home once, and like one of them was like sitting, like one of them, like one guy was sitting in my kitchen eating breakfast, and I was like, "Fucking hell, mate!" Like,
well, they're exactly like. Have you seen the Thor movies?
Yeah.
Do you know Korg?
Oh yes,
guy?
that's right.
That's basically. A New Zealand like Islander.
Got it.
Built like a brick, and that's the accent.
Yeah. Do you say brick shit house?
Pretty much, man.
I love that phrase. Yeah, that's cool. And another thing in Iron Maiden news at the moment, guys, is that you use Spotify, right?
Yeah.
So Spotify has removed a few Iron Maiden albums.
Why would they do that?
Now, it's usually because of some kind of licensing issue or something like that.
Okay.
Even right now, one of the albums, even I use Apple Music, everything's there.
Yeah.
But one of the albums is under a compilation album. But it's an actual, I think it's Virtual 11. It's like,
that's odd, man.
Why is that there? Licensing and all, man, because, with the streaming stuff, it is quite difficult because the money, much less than it used to be. So you really do have to be,
at all, right?
You really do have to be. That's why supporting, if you want to support a band, like buy their music or, iTunes, things, or buy merch, whatever, because there's almost no money from streaming. It's kind of sad. Mate, we got an email.
Ooh.
Mail, motherfucker.
Yay, our second email.
No facts, right?
No, not a fact. But we'll talk about faxes later.
Oh, okay.
So this is from a guy called Mark Rust, Rust, like, the stuff that happens to metal.
I get
Rust. Yeah, cool. He did say to us, thank you, Mark Rust. He said, just discovered your pod, you guys.
Yeah.
And I'm catching up on episodes. I'm a fan from Indiana, USA.
Yeah.
Just wanted to say I enjoy the banter and thank you for bringing fresh Maiden podcast content. Up the irons.
Oh, nice. This is someone we don't know, right?
No, that's right. That's right.
I really
the only other
appreciate that,
email
man.
we had was from someone you knew.
Exactly.
And yeah, he was fun. But I did ask him a few questions.
Yeah.
His favorite album,
Mhm.
which is Seventh Son of a Seventh Son,
Yeah.
which is coming up in a few albums, which
Yeah.
is one of my favorites. Favorite song,
Mhm.
he said it was The Red and the Black, which is one of the newer songs from the new album.
Okay. Would that be controversial? Picking a newer one?
Maybe because, like, well, Maiden is strange because, like, you have people who stopped with Paul.
Yeah.
And you have people who stopped at Power Slave.
Yeah.
And you have
yeah.
people who stopped in the 90s, and then people who only hear the new stuff. And
Yeah.
so it's not.
There's a whole bunch of different fans.
Depends
right?
who you're asking. Yeah.
Right.
And his favorite artwork cover is Matter on Life and Death, which is the tank one.
Yeah.
Which is I do like that one, but people don't like it because Eddie's not central on that one. He's more like in the background kind of thing.
He's
but
still there.
Exactly. Yeah, he's still there. Don't worry
Just
about
a
it.
different flavor of Eddie.
Exactly. So we're going to continue carrying on with our talk about Killers, the album Killers, second album by Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Who, as we all know, Iron Maiden are.
Iron Maiden.
Who are they?
A 5-piece heavy metal band from the East End.
That they are. Now, last time we finished on Genghis Khan, and it ended with the James Bond chord, right?
Right.
Which I thought was interesting. And it got me thinking.
Also ended with me rowing.
You were rowing. I was singing. I did some lyrics. That's
yes.
right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it got me thinking because in November, traditionally in the UK, everyone rewatches all the Bond films because they're all on TV at the time.
Oh, that's a thing, is it?
Yeah. And I started doing it actually before the podcast because in November, when it hits November, I'm watching Bond. That's for me. Are you a big James Bond fan?
You know what? The last few new ones I haven't watched.
Yeah.
And the ones that I have watched, we're talking years ago.
Yeah, we're talking
I should do
ones.
this Bond November thing.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
All of them are on Amazon Prime in Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, guys, we are in Japan, so some of the things we do talk about is a bit not as what you wouldn't expect, So a little different here. Yeah, it's all on Amazon Prime. I've been watching them from Dr. No. I'm on the 5th one now, and I love these all. But let me ask you a question, right? So this says a lot about myself. You have seen Bond, right?
Yeah.
Or like Jason Bourne, whatever.
Yeah.
So when you watch those films, are you watching them like you're just outside watching the film, or are you watching them as like it's you doing all those things?
Oh, really depends on the mood.
Yeah.
Most of the time I'm watching it from the outside, but
I see. Because I think the only way to watch Bond, to really enjoy it, is to, when I watch Bond, I am him.
Yeah.
All right. I'm watching it. I'm the one that's shooting everyone. I'm the one that's getting the girls. I'm driving the car. Because if you don't watch it like that, it's just ludicrous. You're just like, well, that doesn't make any sense. What is that? The only way to enjoy it is to be like, yeah, I did that.
Exactly.
So whenever I watch Bond, whenever he does something, I go, that was good. That was
the man.
good. That was good. I'm the man. Yeah. Like, and it's funny because from the first movie, Dr. No is a good film. It's really, he's Sean Connery is very charming, etc.
Yes.
Yes. And like later on, like From Russia to Love, then the next one it's a great movie. He's more, but then by the time he gets to the 4th movie, he's like actively like forcing women to have sex with him and like just doing stuff. You're like, wait a minute,
hang on, we've crossed a bit of a line.
There's a bit of a line here. Yeah, he's in a rehabilitation center, and the woman's like, oh, let me help you with this bruise, and he just starts kissing her, and she pushes him off, and he's like, all right, and then later on he's like, okay, I won't tell your boss if you sleep with me. He literally does that.
Hang on a second.
Exactly. But you could, of course, I'm not saying I want to do that, but like if you watch it as it's you, it's just you can enjoy it more.
Was he the? Sorry, I'm still processing that. But was he the longest running Bond?
I think because he quit after the last one, Thunderball. Then then an Australian guy did it.
Yeah.
One movie, which is actually one of my favorites. And then he came back for another 2 films.
Yeah.
So I think he did the most, I guess.
I think I read somewhere it was loosely based on who's the guy that played the wizard, the bad wizard in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah. Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the cousin. See, he's his cousin of the writer, Ian
Yeah.
Fleming. Like, they were cousins. So
Yeah.
and he's actually in the movie. He's one of the movies.
Oh, okay.
He's a bad guy in the Man with the Golden Gun. He's really good.
Nice.
Yeah, but that's with Roger Moore, different guy. Yeah. Daniel Craig movie, which is the latest ones.
Yeah.
They literally go, great shit, and then I'm okay.
What was the Simpsons one when they had the picture of Sean Connery signed by Roger Moore?
Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, classic. Simpsons does everything right.
Love it. Yeah,
brilliant. Anyway, but I that's the only way to enjoy James Bond, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the next song up to guys we're hitting on is "Be Innocent Exile."
Right there.
So, guys, if you're listening to this podcast, right, the reason why that I agree that putting this up on YouTube would be the better because more people could listen to it.
Yeah.
But I really want to play clips and things like that. And Maiden do, they actively quite claim everything.
Yeah.
And if we do get on the radar of Iron Maiden, there's a chance that like even the podcast could be pulled off iTunes and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, in the future, if anyone is interested in actually, doing seeing us video or whatever, we would have to do it through like Patreon or something like that.
Yeah,
it'd be very cheap, like only $1 a month or something like that. I'm not trying to do it, but only if enough people are interested.
Mm-hmm.
If you would be interested in having a video version of this, and with all the content that we do, it would have to be through Patreon. So let us know if you're interested in that. There's no point of doing it on YouTube now because if I just played that right now.
Oh no, we'd be struck. There goes the channel within
would be gone,
not even an episode. Yeah,
it's not good. Anyway, that song, mate. So what do you think of Innocent Exile, Anthony?
That intro was like, just the bass and that has quite a punky feel to me. So it's like if you've heard it for the first time, it's like it can kind of go either way, right?
Yes.
Is it going to be a full punk song or then
these first two albums are like that, man. They are really punky, and and they're all like, I hate punk. It's like, well,
you kind of...
It doesn't make... it's not matching,
That's a very punk attitude to have.
Exactly. Bring it back to James Bond. It's like Goldfinger, because the bad guy in Goldfinger was German, couldn't speak English, so they just overdubbed him with an English voice, even though his mouth is going... And he says random things, I expect you to die. Even though his like voice just went like... He just probably said in German like, that is good, whatever. But yeah, it's funny.
Goldfinger came up in the last episode, I think. Yeah, when I was driving home, I'll admit, I popped it on the radio while I was driving home. Yeah.
Goldfinger, yeah.
Goldfinger.
Banging song, yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny because Goldfinger was done by Shirley Bassey, who's Welsh.
Right, yeah.
And the next film is Thunderball, which is done by Mr. Tom Jones, who I have a vinyl up in the corner over there. Another Welshman.
Not unusual.
Yeah. And Tom Jones is from... I totally missed that, mate.
That was punny.
Sorry, mate. Yeah. Yeah, because Tom Jones is from Pontypridd, which is like near the valleys in Wales. And like it's a funny accent. And it's just funny that he got famous because his singing voice is amazing. We're from Ponty, all right, bud? All right, from Pontypridd, you? Yeah. Like they really like, yeah. Like it's anyway, hilarious. Yeah, you're right, man. That is a punky, but man, that bass intro, right? Let's listen to this just a second, right? Now it seems right. What he just did there, right? He played the bass twice, Honestly, being a good bass player or any kind of guitar player, when you go to the studio, that's where you find out, right?
Yes.
Because playing that really in time, smoothly, two times in a row, is not that easy. Well, okay? I worked in studios, things like that, right? Getting someone to play the bass, like a line. Okay, play like, do. That's why it's not that easy to play what he's playing right there because it's a weird bass line. It's quite punky, but it's still odd. Yeah. And for him to be just in time, Steve Harris is a beast. We all know that, right? But yeah, I think sometimes it gets overlooked. Like people always look at like the really complicated parts of like Maiden and things like that, which are complicated. But even that intro shows how good Steve is because it's so just tight and nice and
no, you're right. That is easily overlooked. Yeah.
This is one of Steve's first ever songs he ever wrote.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he played it in the documentary. They said like, this is the only one that they would try to play because it was kind of decent. Because the guitars in this song are quite easy, compared to the bass, whatever. But
that's a pretty cool riff, man.
It is good, right? It's not bad for your first like. Well, I guess it's like it's kind of
not his, but
one of his first early songs, right? Yeah. But he just it's not rushing it. It's really, really played well. It's called Innocent Exile. The theme of killers. So people say that Murder's the Rue Morgue. This is like the aftermath of that.
I heard. Yeah. So isn't it? Or is that just a hearsay thing?
I don't know because that's a problem with these things is that like Maiden, right? They don't reuse a lot of lyrics, right? But sometimes in one song they'll say like in a brave new world, and then in 10 years later they have an album called Brave New World, and everyone's like
connected.
It's
my
connected.
God!
It's like no, it's not. And even do you remember like so Bruce Dickinson did a solo stuff. He did Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter, which was for Friday Nightmare on Elm Street. And then Steve was like, "Oh, let's do our own version of that." Oh, okay, do that one or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Bruce does a solo album. He has a song called The Wicker Man. And then when he comes back, they write a song, and Steve's like, "Let's call it Wicker Man." He's like, "Oh, and he did that song. It's okay, we'll call it The Wicker Man. It's different." Yeah. Now the Iron Maiden song is much better, but it just seems to be like they just they do reuse stuff, and it's not because of anything other than it just sounds good, you know. And honestly, you can't dive too much into Maiden in that kind of sense because they always give up on themes.
I love that difference. The
Wicker Man.
Do you like Wicker Man? No, I like the Wicker Man.
I like the
Wicker Man.
Yeah,
Not
the. I don't think it's a continuation of it, but I would like to believe that.
Yeah.
There's
I'm
something
with you on that.
You know, there's something about like movie trilogies where like. Oh, it's all the like Lord of the Rings. They all filmed them all at the same time. So everything's linear, same act. They all look the same. I hate it when like they recast one person in like the third film or something. It's like
that's not him,
right? It's just weird. It's a bit strange. It's
you're
a bit weird.
Strange with maybe Mad Max fan.
Yeah.
In the second and the third movie, they use the same actor, but he's playing a different character.
Oh no! See, that ruins it for me.
Yeah, like as in face, you can dead on see. However, in the new Fury Road and the first one, same actor, different character, but the guy's wearing a full-on mask set. You can totally tell. But don't give me the same person now and go.
That's terrible, right?
Yeah, because there are people that will argue no, it's connected, it's the same.
Yeah, no.
But I'm with you on with this. I would like there to be that connection in the Iron Maiden.
Yeah, I like
lore,
that too. I like that
you
too.
Know what I mean? Yeah.
Because even like Iron Maiden is my favorite band, but I also have another favorite band, which is called Coheed and Cambria. They're more modern, right? So Coheed and Cambria is basically
I don't know this band.
Yeah, now
I'm too old.
I don't recommend it to anyone because, like I said, the singer has a really high voice and like they're like pop Iron Maiden.
Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah,
anyway, but what they do is the singer, he's a comic book writer. So he wrote this comic book called The Armory Wars, which is like Star Wars, but the music is all connected to the comic.
Hey, that's cool.
So the first album is like the first book, so you can literally like read the story and then listen to the music. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But it's not that he give up, but like he hasn't finished a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So like the first album is one of the first comic book series.
Yeah.
The second is the next one. The third one is literally about him in real life, how his real life affected him writing the songs. Like his girlfriend broke up with him, so that's why he wrote this bad song about this girl. But it's actually, and it's like reflecting. It's kind of genius, you know.
That's a big project.
Yeah,
too,
it's really big. Right? Yeah,
like,
and they've continued it through the whole time. It's all connected to this story, whatever.
I like that. Yeah.
It is good, but the problem with the story is that it's not linear. It's really like bits and pieces of stuff, and they haven't finished stuff, whatever. And I'm like, oh, for God's sake, like, just give us the story, you know, whatever. And so, like, I'd love to listen to, like, oh, this song is about this part in the book, and you can do that on the early ones, but then later ones you can't really do that. But they still built his own world, you know. It's a really cool story, right? But but when this is called the Iron Maiden podcast, you know, you know those guys that are
a 5-piece heavy metal band from the East End.
That's right. but they're huge Maiden fans. They even did a cover of the Trooper. And it's really, really good. Yeah. So I saw them live doing it. I was blown away. Anyway,
I might have to check them out. Pop Iron Maiden.
Poppy Iron Maiden kind of stuff, but they're not for everyone. But yeah, man. So like, I'm really enjoying doing the podcast today, man. Right. So, and I'm hoping in the future we'll come back to some of these albums because it does. Like, I've been listening to them for years and years, of course. But for you might listen now, and then next year you'll have a totally different opinion because a lot of Iron Maiden stuff takes time to click.
But I've had that experience with other bands where it's like you come back and it's like, you know what? This is my favorite song now for some reason. You know, like, why did I overlook it before? Or
it's difficult to pinpoint, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
But Maiden is a huge one because like I like this album, when I first listened to it, I loved it. And then I went just back and forth. And now my opinions on all the main stuff is quite settled, but it did take a long time to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think this song, Innocent Exile, I like it, I like it, but I've never loved it.
Mm-hmm.
It's never been like a, yes.
Yeah,
but it's still,
yeah. But it's got a nice, what is it? You'll probably hit into it soon, but after that bass intro and that, and when the vocals, the groove.
Yeah, it's groovy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what I'm thinking. That groove, which is missing on future I Maiden, because I really feel like Steve was influenced by a lot of stuff early on, and he hadn't written a lot of songs. The songs he's written is what he's got. And like, if he did have a Number of the Beast at the time, he would have put it on this album, but he didn't. And so I think he just kept a lot of the stuff that they had, and because there's a lot of like bluesy kind of stuff that's on here, which seems really like, is this Maiden? But it's not. I wouldn't say it's filler. This song,
no, I wouldn't go. Yeah,
like
still sticking with the Killers thing.
Yeah, it's okay, it's decent, But I don't know. I still, in the future, Maiden do 2 albums, which is No Prayer for the Dying and Fear the Dark, which are quite lackluster. But I still love songs on there, even though I know some of them are bad. I still like them. Like, they got this song called Mother Russia. It's just like da 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 na 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 Mother Russia, and it's like, you're like, oh, it's like so on the note. But I still love. It's still fun to listen to.
Yeah.
Whereas Innocent Exile is a song which I think is just okay, and I don't enjoy it like as a joke either.
Speaking of, you mentioned Fear in the Dark before. Just before I came out here, I had a old Japanese lady in the late 70s listening to Fear of the Dark.
What did she say?
Oh, she's like, oh, cool, because it came up in conversation.
Okay.
So, guys, on the side, it's not my main job, but I do teach English 2-3 times a month.
Yeah, it's good money here,
and
right?
It's not bad on the side, and it came up in conversation, the podcast and Iron Maiden. Who's Iron Maiden? I'm there drawing a picture of what an Iron Maiden is, the whole deal. It was pretty funny.
Brilliant.
And because it was such a small class today, we ended up just playing a game where it's just a word game. Roll the dice, lands, there's an alphabet, say something.
Yeah.
2 of the ladies kept bringing up Iron Maiden references. It was funny, like these in the late 70s. I thought, that's pretty cool.
Well, yeah,
like,
we got to get them on the podcast,
that's
ladies.
It, man,
yeah. Oh my god.
Anyway,
that's fantastic. Do they like mangoes?
Don't like mangoes.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You should ask them, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really don't have a lot to say about Innocent Exile. I just think it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, even if I played some more, like, I still, it's fine. I still prefer this album to most other music, any other music in the world. But
it's a song.
Yeah, it's a song. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, something about it. I've never clicked with it. But yeah, it's it's.
I personally wouldn't skip it. It's
No, it's not a rube, but it's nothing special either. I think it's just a good song. But I do like the playing on it. We can't just keep saying how good the playing. I mean, are great musicians, and they play really well, so that's just how it is. But
that band should be famous.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, let's move on to the next song.
Yeah.
Next song, Killers, the title track. Okay, is this the sexiest Iron Maiden song ever?
Yeah.
Okay, see, I just imagine him walking into a room and he's just walking, like, you see the beginning of Saturday Night Fever, when John Travolta's walking with the paint can down the street.
Yeah.
That's Paul, but he's just looking at girls going, yeah.
Dude, the amount, we'll have to listen to that intro again, but the amount of different types of yeahs that are in this, hats off to him. I love
Brilliant, right? Yeah. Let's continue a little bit. Yeah, let's do some more yeahs.
Yeah.
Yeah!
He held that.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's so good. Okay, that is just such a good intro.
That's a long intro, but it is
it's
right.
Sick, right?
Yes.
It's so good.
And then that's transition, those little harmonics when they come
man.
up. Dude.
That juicy bass, just that with the fingers. Oh, that's juicy, man. That's juicy. Yeah. Okay, so for the rest of the podcast, we're only going to listen to this intro because we don't need to listen to anything more.
No,
but,
I'm good.
Right, this is what I'm talking about, right? Is that I put Maiden to a standard that is like this, right? Innocent Exile, compared to this song, Killers, is a joke.
Yeah.
Right? this song is just like, you got to trust how you feel. When this comes on, I'm just like, oh yeah, oh shit.
Oh.
Okay, let me put my glasses on. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
feeling it. You feeling it?
I am.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's walk down the street. Ready? Everyone's looking at us. That's right. Oh, you over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh yeah, this jacket? No, it cost $2,000. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. You love it. Okay, sorry. See, this is why we can't go to YouTube. Oh my god, man. I mean, I love the Killer song. It's so good. Like for me, Wrathchild
Mhm.
and this are just the two standout songs on the album up until now.
I can't fight it, man.
It's just
You
so
start
good.
it and it's
I just
right.
I just want to listen to the whole song now. I hate it. Yeah. Yeah. But another song about Killer. It's called Killers. It's about killers.
On an album called
Yep.
Killers.
And this is one of the first part where they have the gallop, the Maiden gallop, because in the verses you'll see the. Yeah, the Maiden gallop is the dun, 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 dun. You can hear it in the verse.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's riding the horse.
Yeah.
That gallop is Maiden's signature, right?
So I always write it in the Trooper. I was that horse.
Yeah, you have to, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's what it comes in the verse. And yeah, it's just, man, the drums in this song are just fantastic, Like, this is what, okay, so the intro too, right, with, listen to the drums, right? Just really like... It's not busy, it's not messy, it's just keeping it building up. Whereas people would say the new drummer, Nico, wasn't new, but he's been in the band a long time, but he would be doing just too much here.
Yeah.
And he just...
Dude, I even love the subtlety of that little hammer on and
yes.
pull up. Just slide it.
I know.
Everything in this intro is done right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, just, yeah.
Okay, and this chorus too, the... See, just that one word, scream, for mercy. It's all you need. You do not that be too wordy, whatever. So a lot of the other Maiden stuff, because Steve is writing like, trying to fill, like almost like copy the guitar, whatever.
Yeah.
Don't need it. Just power chord and one word, and it's huge. That's all you need. It's amazing. It's amazing. One criticism of the song, I'm not a fan like the bridge part. I just think maybe vocally it could be a bit more interesting. I don't know. It's just not, but it's,
Yeah, is it really there's like that type of harmony style is a little bit different?
Maybe.
It's
Yeah.
not
It just
Maidenish?
sounds, it just sounds a bit not right. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have done that, but whatever. It's still great though.
I am and I'm pretty sure it's on this track. I actually have to bring back a criticism on something that I spoke about on a different track.
Okay.
Do you remember when I was saying I don't like songs where they do the
Yes.
However, in this track, I quite liked his little
Me too. It
evil.
works. Yeah. It works.
It just worked right.
It works.
But
much
only
better.
on this song will I take that back.
I know what you mean. I knew you were going to say that because I know what you mean. Like I say, it's all case by case.
Yeah.
Like I have
it wasn't cheesy. It was just the right time.
Exactly. I have a conversation about movies with my friend quite often.
Yeah.
And I'll say something like, "Oh, well, this is not good."
Yeah.
And then we'll talk. A couple of months later, we'll talk about another movie, and I'll say, "Oh, I like this," and you're like, "But you said you didn't like it in that movie." I was like, "Yeah, because it depends. It's all depending on what's happening, Like,
exactly.
here's the biggest one I hear all the time now, right? Is the whole Die Hard is a Christmas movie thing.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a Christmas movie?
For me, it isn't.
So, okay, this is the problem, right? Is that, right? First off, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie in the sense that, now, Christmas is about tradition.
Yes.
It has become a tradition to watch Die Hard on Christmas which is fine.
Right. Yeah.
My problem is this, right? When I said, this is the attitude, ready? Okay, and just play along, right? Just say Home Alone, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, Home Alone.
Guess what mine is?
Not
Die
that.
Hard. And then you say, Die Hard's not a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, it is. That attitude of being
Explain
like...
to me how
yeah.
it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, that attitude of just like trying to be like one up and like trying to be like, oh yeah, it is a Christmas movie, blah blah blah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I get it. It's funny because Die Hard, you know, it's set in Christmas, but a Christmas movie is a movie where if you take Christmas out of it, it falls apart. If you take Christmas out of Die Hard, it doesn't fall apart because it could be another holiday, whatever. Home Alone, people would say, I would think it is important for Christmas because the reason why that no one else is at home, the neighbors are not there, is because everyone's away for Christmas, which is the only time people would do that. In Die Hard, it could have been any holiday that he flew back for, whatever. But without it's only if Christmas is out of it, it fails.
Bad
That's
Santa
Christmas movie. Doesn't work, right?
Exactly.
That's a Christmas movie.
Yeah,
has to be that. So, and also, Die Hard was released in July. I mean, what kind of a Christmas movie is released in July? Doesn't make sense.
Christmas in July.
Yes, intent, right? What you're trying to do, that's all that matters, right? Same thing with this. The intention of the like the little nuances that Paul did in the other song that we talked about. I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah, I'm trying to think which one. But no.
It just didn't work.
Yeah.
But it does in this one because this is a sexy song.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh come on, that's so good.
It is, man. Yeah.
That's how bass should be played, man. But yeah. One other thing as well. I think they go back to the verse after the middle A part, which I think they should just go back into the chorus. This is what I would have done. After the chorus, it goes back into another verse. Instead of, I would have gone straight into the chorus.
Yeah, yeah.
So my cut to be just go, I would find you, or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
I know this is really hilarious because I'm telling Maiden what to do, but I'm just saying what I would, instead of continuing the verse,
it's
go
like
back to the
people with fantasy football. You know?
Yeah, exactly. I'm picking my team and my players, right? But man, this is just such a good song. Killers is a classic song. I love it. But it is a Paul song. You know, I can't imagine Bruce really singing it. It is quite Paul, and fantastic.
And also, I look forward to the release of the Ashley remix.
Mate, I have literally, not lying, on a lot of the new albums, I've done my own version where I've like cut out just long intros and stuff like that just to get to the point.
Yeah.
And I will show you those in the future when we get to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have those.
They're longer than this, right? Like the intro.
Oh,
because this is a long intro, but I reckon it's perfect. Yeah.
Well, but it's building to something.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of the new Maiden stuff is like,
oh, it builds and then just hangs. Or...
Well, like, you know, like the transitions are not really there, and it's just long for a long sake, and it's
yeah.
I don't know. It's almost like, I don't know, they're just trying to like fill out the album or something. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on to the next song, which is called Prodigal Son. I'm sorry, is that Iron Maiden?
I was going to say, that intro, just in my head. Have you ever watched Labyrinth?
Yes.
This is the scene where she's just like running through the, like, and looking around the corners. That's what I see straight away.
I can see what you're saying there, yeah.
This is an Iron Maiden. This is an 80s movie.
It's right?
Yeah.
Like, when I first heard this, I literally thought, I was like, is this the wrong...
Was it wrong? Wrong band?
Is this the wrong CD or something? Is this accidentally on there? Because I was like, what the hell is this, right? Now, up until now, right, like you just said, I think that the first album does not sound dated or in any kind of like zone, same as this one. But this song just puts you in that... In that, this is an old song.
Love Labyrinth, by the way. But yeah, that's where it took me straight away, man.
Yeah, it's like the band Boston or something, like, you know, like those.
Yes,
you know, like those bands like that.
Yeah.
You expect someone to be like singing really high right now, whatever.
Yeah.
Now, but what I do like in this song, right, is like it's an acoustic song, right? Just now we were just talking about how Maiden's new stuff is quite like, you know, long or whatever.
Yeah.
And they don't take a lot of chances. And as much as I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of this song I think it's a good song, but it's just as an Iron Maiden song, I'm not a big fan. But I wish they were still this adventurous to be like, let's do
let's try some.
Let's just try like an acoustic song with like some, whatever in it. And they don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
And they stopped doing it. And I would just wish for them just to try something like this or whatever. Even if it doesn't come off that well, whatever. I still really enjoy it. And this is one of those songs which another one just it never clicked with me. The bass is nice, drums are good. I don't really like Paul in this song. I just think it's just not as playing to his strengths.
I don't disagree with you at all in this one, especially after going through all these songs and then dude after that.
Sorry.
Actually, I think anything would be hard
I
to
know,
come
it's
after
impossible
that.
to go after that, right? I mean, it's impossible. Oh man, they should have started the album with Killers, right?
I was just thinking
right?
Yeah. Because we were talking about before, that would have been a killer intro.
I would have put first track Killers, second track Wrathchild, then Killers again, then Wrathchild twice, then Killers again, and then
again.
Yeah.
Bring out the facts.
I know. We need to sort them, man. But yeah, this song, but I do like for example, like they play like this chord for the transition, like when it goes into the verse, like really nice.
It's just a very he was saying Boston was like, this is played at Woodstock.
Yeah, right. It just sounds like that, right? Yeah. I think I still like it, but it's just never clicked with me. And like for example, like this lick, like that's not Maiden.
Not at all.
It is like a 70s rock band, right?
Totally. Yeah. There's a big 70s feel in that.
I really feel because like some of these songs are all just stuff from beginning of the band when Steve's writing whatever, and you write a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, when just want to use it.
Yeah, why not? I mean, Steve's always after material, man.
No, fair enough. Like I remember, like back in my band days, like if you've written something, it's hard to kind of let go of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes even if it's
Well, here's the problem as well, is that talking of that, is that if you're in a band where, like, for example, for me, I write a lot of songs and I've always wrote a lot of songs.
Yeah.
And then one person in the band who doesn't write a lot of songs, they write one song and they'll want to use that song. And it's like, but it's not up to par. But because they've only got this one song, they're like, I want to do this song, but it's like, but it's not that good. For me, I write a bunch of songs and not all of them are good, but I'm trying to, you gotta churn them out basically. But then when you get the one person like, I wrote one, like later on in the band, Nico writes a song.
Yeah.
Dave adds a couple of songs which are pretty good, sometimes not that good.
Yeah.
But you can imagine being like, I wrote one song, can we use it? I was like, let's listen to it. Do you have any more? No. Okay, let's use it then. Even though it's not up to par. And
what's good about that?
Yes. That's good, is it? What's good about that? Oh, I don't have that one on my board anymore. Let's use another one instead. Let's do.
What do we got? Even if it's unrelated.
Sorry, I love that one.
It works with the 80s feel of that
It
intro.
does, right?
Okay?
Yeah.
Maybe that was an insight.
Yeah,
going
Paul
with
is wanted to go there. Yeah. I would be lying if I said I listen to this a lot. I don't, but when it comes on, I do enjoy it. But it's just not. But I do wish they were as adventurous as this back, as they are, as they were.
Fair enough.
Today.
No, it is not a bad song.
No, it is not. Yeah,
but
yeah, it's just not.
It's not Killers.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you come from Bruce to the Iron Maiden, listen to punky Paul is.
Oh, if you went straight, you mean to this track?
Yeah.
Imagine that'd be like, what?
Yeah, it would be really strange. Like, yeah. Because imagine, like, you've listened to Bruce, all the hits. You come back to listen to the first two albums.
Oh, if you think Bruce is good, listen to this.
Yeah. I want to say, like, anyway, but yeah, let's move on to the next song.
Let's.
Purgatory. So I like that you can hear in the speaker in the right. You can hear the guitar
in the mix. Yeah,
you can hear like little scratch. I miss stuff like that. Now I think it's too.
That's
perfect.
quite nice.
I always leave that stuff in, man. I like like the sound of like the chord hitting the guitar, or whatever, or things like that. It's quite good. Finally got a single.
What? This song, right?
Yeah, first single.
Aces High? No, did I hear? Listen to that.
Oh, wait a minute. What?
Have a listen. Have a listen to that riff, man.
Huh. The bass, right? Oh, yeah.
No, and the guitar.
Oh, the guitar. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I hear it. Yeah.
That was for me straight away.
I
Not
see.
putting it down, though.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
No, because you're coming from this from really fresh ears, so you can hear that. I never put them two together. It does sound a bit like Aces High, right? Yeah, it's like the drum beat is just a bit too, like, punky though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah,
a tidbit there. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's the first single. Sorry. It's a second single, off the album,
Okay.
It was released with Genghis Khan as a B-side.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, guys, LP records, there's a vinyl record. On the A-side is the main song, and the B-side was like the other bonus song, whatever. This is Iron Maiden's least successful single.
Really?
Because the album was already out.
Okay, yeah.
You're supposed to do that before the album. I think they just wanted to keep things, a little bit of promotion, so you release a single. But yeah, it's the last single with Paul as well. And the artwork with Derek Riggs, this one. So it's got Eddie is like half face Eddie and half face the devil.
Yeah.
And it's got a little earring on the left. And Derek Riggs said that, quote, "The golden earring is biker code for some kind of sexual activity. I can't remember exactly what. I used to know a lot of bikers back then."
Huh.
Is he saying he's gay?
That's what I was thinking straight away. Was it the earring?
Yeah, it's like is that? But he said that sexual activity with bikers, but then he said he used to know a lot of bikers. Is that him just coming out? I don't know.
Possibly.
I don't care, but like now I read it, I was like, why did he put that at the end? It's a weird quote, isn't it? Cool artwork though.
Is that a thing of things to come? Number of the Beast.
There you go. Well, actually, I believe. Possibly, because the Number of the I can't remember exactly, but the Number of the Beast album was actually made for a single, but then they thought it was too good to be used, so they kept it. I think it might be Purgatory, actually.
Okay.
It might be this one, and they kept the that one for Number of the Beast, and then he knocked up this one probably like in 2 days.
That sounds about right.
That's usually what happens,
Because I'm feeling there's some type of connection. That one.
Yeah, because usually Derek, they ask him to do stuff and he has to do it in like 2 minutes,
Which
whatever.
that again? Who's wearing the earring?
The devil.
Eddie. Oh, the devil.
Eddie would
the devil would be into it. Devil's into everything.
Yeah, like the devil in South Park,
Yes.
Has sex with Saddam. Hey, buddy. Come on, again. I love the Saddam Hussein in the South Park stuff in the film. So it's just I love you. And like he after the movie came out, he came back for one episode where Satan's got a new boyfriend, but the boyfriend is like really like soft and gentle.
Yeah.
Hey Satan, let's talk about it. And then Saddam's like, that guy's a pussy. And then they kill Saddam again, but he comes back and like, hey, where's it gonna go? Detroit? And he keeps saying it over and over. Yeah, it's funny. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know, it's weird because like I said, man, I know this was back in the 80s, and even now people are still like weirded out by gay people and stuff. But like Derek Riggs being gay, it doesn't matter. But like maybe that's what he was trying to say in that quote. I don't know, but who cares? Live your life, mate.
That's it. Enjoy.
So actually, this was a remake of a song called "Floating." I couldn't find an example of it, but basically this song was just reworked. It was called "Floating" originally, and they worked it into this. But this is a good example of Clive's drumming, because man, that he is playing the shit out of the drums. Like, let's listen to this transition. Oh, that's a great chorus. Pretty good chorus. And Paul screamed there. See, he's going quite high, isn't he?
Yeah,
he didn't do it on the first album. He just was like, yeah,
he's hitting on that.
Yeah, it's really good, right? Yeah, I like that chorus. Pretty good. But it's as a single, I think they're just reaching, because it's not the most singly single, is it? But yeah.
I just keep hearing Aces High, even just in that bit.
Yeah, now you said that, I do hear it.
And now this is like for me, Diet Aces High.
Yeah. Well, let's see if the chorus can save it. Okay, now call me old-fashioned, right?
Mhm.
But Maiden do this thing, right? Even now, where they kind of tease the melody before they sing it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like the guitar will play the vocal melody like a whole bar before it comes in on vocals.
Mm.
And like I really don't like on this one where it goes like the vocal should be coming in now. For me,
Yeah.
like
I'm with
just
you on
kick
that.
in, you know, it's just a little bit thrown out, whatever. But I like strong structures. I like it's like they hit the hardest, man.
Yeah.
Like for example, 2 Minutes to Midnight. You know that song?
Yeah, definitely.
Right, 2 Minutes to Midnight. It's got that riff. All right, then it goes into the pre-chorus, which is a dun, 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 dun. And then when it kicks into the chorus, it's massive. And it's only massive because of what just happened before it. The pre-chorus really, really, really helps it punch you in the face, you know? So having like a and then the vocals come in. It's like almost like a second afterthought or something. Like it should. I like choruses that are like just
almost like I'm on stage and it's just like, oh, what's the lyrics?
yeah, like you forgot the lyrics.
Then,
exactly like that. Yeah, that's what it feels like to me. Yeah, Iron Maiden later become really, really good at like just writing these songs that smash you in the face with the chorus, you know. And because of that, that's why I'm holding up songs like this to that standard where the songwriting is just not as fleshed out yet and it's not as good. And that's why I don't love this song at all. I think it's decent and just you know, that's it.
Totally, man.
This album is still songs that are just not 100%, like they're just like the ones that didn't make it to the first album almost, except for Killers, you know. Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Austin Powers doing it like, yeah. Sorry, we're going to play that a lot. All right, next song, Bloody Mess. What's the next song in your head? What did you get on your Spotify?
Hang on. What have you got?
Well, technically, it's Twilight Zone.
No.
Did you listen to that song?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Now, here's the funny thing about that, right? Is that so Killers comes out on 16th February 1981, and the last song is Drifter. That on the official European release, Drifter. 2nd of March, they released Twilight Zone as a single in Europe.
Okay.
So it wasn't part of the album, it was a single after, because I think they just thought it's just too good to not release it.
Yeah.
Then, so let me check the artwork out for a second, guys, because
so how many singles of this album already?
2.
2? Okay.
Yeah, the first one was this one.
Yep.
And then the second one was the previous song, Purgatory. But the artwork, right, is funny because, so this is what Derek Riggs said. He said, so let me try to pick, if you Google Twilight Zone Iron Maiden artwork, it's a lady sitting at the mirror. And there's a ghost behind her, Ghost Eddie, who's reaching at her. And she's holding a card, right?
Yeah.
So Derek Riggs said that basically, this picture was a nightmare to do. They phoned me on a Friday night and wanted a picture by Monday morning. I didn't have the right drawing board and the local art shop didn't either. And I didn't have time to go to central London to get any. So I had to use the only thing I had, which was CS10 illustration board. CS10 is chalk-covered board used for line work and it's waterproof. So it was like painting on grease-proof paper. The paint was sliding around like grease and wouldn't dry. And when it did dry, the next brush stroke would take it right off again. I ended up painting flat colors and patching it up with an airbrush. And after this, I always bought drawing board in bulk.
That sounds like a pain.
Yeah, right. And once again, early. But if you look at it, if you really zoom in on it, you can see some cool stuff. So there's a photo of Eddie on the table, signed with little Mickey Mouse. See,
that's pretty
he loves
cool.
to put Mickey Mouse on it. On Power Slave, Mickey Mouse is on there too.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of things like that. It's a really cool artwork. Like if you look in the back through the window, you can see the Grim Reaper, shadow and the moon, whatever. It's a really cool, and like a broken glass.
I like when people do things like that.
Very
just
cool,
little,
right? Little nods and things like that.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, if you were in Europe, you got the album Killers, right? And then you got the single came out, you know, with that one. It was remastered in 1998, right? And Twilight Zone was included on the album. And Dave Murray has a writing credit. It's one of his songs that he helped write. But it's not on my Apple Music and it's not on Spotify. So I had to listen to it on YouTube.
Hmm.
I do have a copy of CD of Killers, but I don't have that with me. And I feel like Gandalf when I listen to this song. I have no memory of this place. I don't remember this song. I totally forget about this song because it's not on the album that I was listening to. And basically then they remastered in 2015 and they took it back off.
Yeah.
So they left it off, put it back on, and then took it off again. And it's like, what the hell? Anyway,
bastards.
I know. Let's listen to it anyway. Okay, that's it. What do you think of this song, Ante?
Me personally, I wanted to get up and do an old man boogie. Just then.
Yeah. What do you think of the chorus? Go on, Paul. Stretch it out. That's impressive.
That's impressive, man. And it's like, Paul?
Yeah, I know, right? It's almost like Paul knew that they were looking at Bruce Dickinson. It was like, I better fucking pull him out right now.
I got to squeeze my nads and shit them.
Do you enjoy listening to this?
I'm so with this one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But that.
It's good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I really like this song. But I just, like I said, I always forget about it because it's not on the stuff that I listen to all the time.
Yeah.
But when I listen to it, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about this song. It's really good.
The song exists.
Yeah. So, all right, this is one of the things. Now, guys, I am a huge Iron Maiden fan. Now, you collect vinyl, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, I have every single Iron Maiden vinyl back home in my family member's house in a box.
Nice.
But they are the versions that were released, the most recent versions of them. They're not the originals, whatever.
Yeah.
But
I'm not that blonde like that. As long as I've got it, I'm happy.
I've only ever been about that with Japan. Because when I was growing up listening to Maiden, I heard about all the Japan vinyls and all the Japan stuff. Yeah. So when I came to Japan, there's a website called, in America it's called Mercari, in Japan Mercari, which is like eBay, but it's not bidding, it's just you buy it like Craigslist or something like that, whatever. Yeah. So when I came to Japan, I kept an eye out for some certain ones I've always wanted. Only a couple I've always wanted. Yeah. But at the same time now, I had an idea. So I already own the original Iron Maiden album, original 1980 Japanese version.
Oh, okay.
It's up in my cupboard. I'll dig it out for you next week. Ooh. I forgot about it. Original, everything original.
I want to touch it.
You will next week? The coincidence of this is crazy, right? I don't believe in fate or anything like that, but life works like this sometimes. So we started doing this album, Killers, and on Mercari, right? You can, if you're looking for something, let's say you're looking for like, I don't know, Superman comic. Yeah. You can type Superman comic and you can save that. And whenever that pops up, you get an email. Hey, someone's selling Superman comic, right? So I put in for you maybe 5 years ago. Yeah. Iron Maiden.
So you totally
Killers,
forgot about
1981 Japanese version, whatever, right? Yeah. And there's a specific one I want to get. Yeah. Now let me show you my original copy over here. Oh. I am holding the Iron Maiden original Japanese 1981 vinyl of Killers, which has really cool inlay with a.
He just pulled out his 12-inch.
That's right, my 12-inch is pulled out. I've taken it out of the wrapper.
Yep.
And it comes with this booklet, which is so cool, with all the lyrics in Japanese.
Look at the condition this is
great.
In.
Like
Japanese
people take care of stuff.
Guys, if you're listening,
look at this condition.
If people not living in Japan but you want to buy vinyl. Yeah, the secondhand vinyl here is insane. Really good.
Look how this is the inlay, all Japanase lyrics, whatever, and it's like spotless, whatever. Yes, and the disc.
Oh wow, man!
The disc in Japan always come in this like clear, just plastic, whatever, which is interesting. Now, Ante, can you find Twilight Zone on there?
Wait, doesn't say Twilight Zone.
Doesn't it say that?
No.
Let me show you.
Hang on.
Number 5. What does it say?
Number 5.
Oh, wait a minute. This is funny. You don't have your glasses on, right?
I don't have my glasses. So I can.
But can you see that there's 5 words, right?
Right. That's why I was thought. Hang on, Twilight.
What about?
No.
Look at the back. Maybe it's better to see on the red writing there. Maybe you can see that one. Antes doesn't have his glasses.
old man, aren't it?
It says Details of Twilight Zone.
Actually, I can read that.
Can you read that?
Yeah.
Details of Twilight
Details
Zone.
of
Highlight Zone.
Hang on, is that an F up with
It
the
is.
printing? Yeah.
So before fax machines, there was a thing called, I think it's called telex or something like that. Anyway, they sent this to the Japanese, production company.
Yeah.
The headline was Details of Twilight Zone. Then the information. They
Nice.
thought it was the song name was Details of Twilight. Ante, you have another podcast right now called The Waiting Room, which is about your life in Hiroshima, right? With your friend Rachel.
Yeah.
She's a Japanese translator, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure it would be funny for her to see this because...
Oh, she'll hear it. She listens to this pod
right?
too, so yeah.
Yeah. So interesting to hear Details of Twilight Zone because, they wouldn't know it's called Twilight Zone. But hilarious, right?
Rachel, if you're listening, would that have gotten past you?
Yeah, would you have caught that? Would you, if you saw a song called Details of Twilight Zone, would you think, oh, that's the song, or would you be like, nah?
Yeah,
it's
no, that
Twilight
one just
Zone.
went right through.
I'm putting it back in the plastic. Look how immaculate this is, right?
That is, yeah,
original.
So like off the shelf, brand new.
Yep.
Beautiful.
I always wanted that one just for fun because I had a misprint on it and I really wanted to get it.
That is awesome. Wait, do I ask?
Okay.
How much did you pay?
Now, I'll tell you right now. So what I'm going to do as well, right, is that just for fun, I already own the first album and the second album. Every time we go into the album, I'm going to buy the original on Japanese Mercari.
Oh, if you can, yeah.
Only if it's not a ridiculous price, right? And see which ring I bought. The first album cost me 2,500 yen.
Vinyl prices
ridiculous,
these days.
Right?
That's
yeah,
great.
really good.
Yeah.
That one cost me 4,000 yen.
You know what? I would still go. Yeah. It's Iron Maiden as well, so
right?
It's, yeah.
And it costs 4, which is not bad, right? Mm-hmm. So when we get to Number of the Beast, I'm going to buy that as well for the cheapest price I can get to see which one is.
So what was the first one again? 2,000?
2,500 yen.
2,000. So for Australians, about $25, and the other one $40.
Yeah, exactly. It was fun, right?
Yeah.
But it's cool, right? Details of Twilight Zone.
Oh,
right?
that's pretty cool.
It was fun, right? Yeah. Twilight Zone was supposed to be a B-side, but it was deemed too good to be, so they released it with Wrathchild. So the A side was Twilight Zone and B was Wrathchild. Pretty solid, right? Wrathchild always gets them going. And the media got the wrong idea about the cover. They thought it was like Eddie was like sneaking in like a pervert or something, but actually he's like
a prowler.
Yeah, exactly. The song is that she's contacting her lover and from the dead, and I think it's supposed to be Charlotte. It's supposed to be Charlotte, I think.
Ooh.
So Charlotte is trying to contact her lover, because like the photo is Eddie, right?
Yeah.
So usually you put your lover, photo in the frame.
He's not going to be sneaking.
No.
Yeah.
Once again, Maiden get painted with a brush that's not related to anything, but always happens.
That'd be pretty cool if it is Charlotte, like the whole.
I think it is.
Iron Maiden.
I think it's supposed to be Charlotte.
And,
I think it is. Yeah. I found a cool interview with Adrian Smith online. They're talking about Martin Birch. So let me play you something about Martin Birch. This is Martin Birch, the producer of Killers, famous producer. Bruce Dickinson talks about him in his autobiography before he joined Maiden, before listening to Killers. Let's listen.
The first time I met Marvin, I was confused. In fact, I was in Samson, and during the recording of Shock Tactics, we were invited over to listen to some finished mixes of Killers, which had recently been completed. Marvin was out, loud and proud, and foolishly, I introduced myself and was sober at the time. Marvin was not. "Sit down, boy," he said. He flamboyantly hurled the producer's chair on its rollers so it bounced off the rear wall. He put his hands on my shoulders and shoved me into it. I started to feel just a tinge of apprehension. "Now, boy, listen to this." He slammed the chair up against the mixing desk, wedging me in place, and played Killers till my ears bled. "What do you think of that?" he challenged, just audible over the cochlear cataclysm that was my inner ear in shock. "It's, very good," I said. "Ha-ha! Yeah, very good." And he just walked out muttering to himself and left me alone in the studio with the tapes for the new Iron Maiden album.
Wow, what a recollection.
Right, yeah. So I told you that I'd read Bruce's book, but I realized I'd listened to the audiobook, which is free on YouTube. It's really, really good because Bruce is reading it. So, man, before he joined Maiden, he was in a studio with the producer listening to Killers, and he would be recording the next album, which is crazy, right?
Right, yeah.
They call him Marvin because that's his name is Martin Birch, but they give him a nickname when he's drunk, like he becomes a new guy or whatever.
Yeah.
But so someone asked Adrian about working on Killers with Martin. He said about Twilight Zone, which has like unusual harmony patterns on it.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that actually on Twilight Zone, they produced it themselves. Martin was not involved because they were already finished with it. So the band produced and recorded the band with the engineer.
Oh, so it was just like tacked on.
Pretty much, yeah. So yeah, Dave Murray had the riff for Twilight Zone, and it just said that we kind of bashed it down very quickly. If you listen to the tempo, it's quite almost on the edge of being unplayable. It's so fast, and basically it was just a song. We need a B-side. Let's just smash it out, whatever. And it's a bit too fast. Adrian Smith always complains about playing too fast. He literally quits the band pretty much because of it. And even on this album,
over a B-side.
I know. So he goes on to say, I actually wrote the whole harmony part. I don't remember Steve being there much when we did it. I wrote all the harmonies and chord progressions for that. And there was a few weird notes in there. Sometimes I want to do a standard guitar. There's a standard, so Maiden go like first, third, first, fifth. Steve likes to do, like that kind of thing. He doesn't want it to sound like Thin Lizzy, whereas I like that. But it's interesting because, this is a song that they recorded themselves, and it wasn't part of the album really. It was just B-side. But I really like this song, man, because it's Dave's song, and I like the chorus. I think Paul's really strong on it. When Paul's strong, it's good, and really short song. And I prefer the album when this is on it. When it goes to the next song after this without it, I think it's just a bit like I want to listen to Twilight Zone. I really like it.
Something's missing, huh?
Yeah, definitely. But it's cool. But you said you so on
I'm
it.
so on it, but I got hats off again for the vocals and hitting those notes.
Was Bruce in the studio watching him or something like? Because he was like, I gotta
watch this.
Yeah, I gotta blow that. Yeah.
I'm not trained. It's all from the heart.
I know. All right, let's go to Drifter, the last song on the album. Man, Paul has really pulled out his high voice, hasn't he? Let's listen. This song is like a faster Sanctuary for me.
Yeah.
The
The first time I hear that vocal too, it's like, hang on, is he going to keep going?
Yeah.
Like, when's he going to stop with it? Yeah.
Man, like I said, I know I make fun of Paul as a joke, man, but he is amazing. Paul kicks ass. He can do the rough. He can be gentle. He can be, he's a brilliant singer, man. Very, very good. I like the intro, the do. It sounds really good, well produced, whatever. And then it goes into like a bluesy part and
right,
whatever. And it's okay, but I don't know. Like it's cool riff, but then what is this adding to the song? They keep going back to the same thing all the time. I don't know. It's just a bit
disjointed.
Yeah, that's the word. Disjointed and a bit random, whatever. And it just goes back to
yeah.
So they've always got that riff to fall back on.
Yeah, it's like a recurring theme.
Yeah, and then it goes, and it's okay. I don't mind Drifter. It's decent, but like I don't know. I think once again, everyone's playing really well, but as a song, I just care about as a song. And as a song, I'm just not that into it. I've never been into it. Yeah. I much prefer when Twilight Zone is before it, and I just enjoy listening to that much more. And I don't have anything else to say, man.
Because, no, I'm totally with you on that one because for this episode of the podcast, it's been hard for me to speak on other songs after Thank You.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, that's right. Man.
Yeah.
Should we join in? Let's join in. Fuck
Let's
it.
do it.
Fuck it. Who gives a shit with the other songs? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, man, do you want some chocolate for tea?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Really? Well, tomorrow I'm going to go to the chip shop, have some fish and chips, as I am British. And would you like a lot of salt and vinegar on your chips?
Definitely. Can I come?
No. Oh, Paul, you can come?
Paul can come.
All right. Paul says you can come, then it's fine. What happened? It's only a fish and chip shop, mate. It's not that big of a deal.
It's fucking brilliant.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Summary, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, man. So Iron Maiden, the first album, right,
Mm.
is platinum, which means I think it's was it a million sales.
Is that globally like that? Or
Yeah,
is it
globally.
Yeah.
Iron Maiden, the first album, is platinum in Canada and UK, and Killers is platinum in Canada only. Canada fucking love Maiden, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Man, I think this album, the cover is amazing, the production is great, and it's just for me, it's a lot of leftover songs, and you know, Killers really stands out, Rap Child really stands out. I love those songs, and I can listen to the album all the way through. It's no problem.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
then, you know, compared to the stuff that they have that they go on to, it's just not on that up there for me.
Putting that aside, and for me, talking about just the first two albums, so this is just the Paul albums, I'm still undecided now on which one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
I'm going to have to come back to you.
Exactly.
On that one.
We're going to hear that. So
Yeah.
that's what's going to happen, right, guys? So we finish up Killers now. I really enjoy listening to these songs again and talking to, you know, Anto is a new listener to these songs.
I'm enjoying it a lot, man.
That's right. That's right. So we're going to continue with the documentary next time, up until Bruce joins the band.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do an episode about Bruce joining the band because it's quite fun and, you know, listen to some clips, whatever.
Yeah.
And then we'll go on to the woe to you, the number of the
very
beast.
well done.
Now, I have a cold, so my voice is very like thing. It's quite good now.
I like it. It's quite sexy.
Its number is 666. Okay, yeah, we'll be there, right? So this is not the end of Paul for us because there is one more live album called Maiden Japan. But I thought let's just save that for in the future when we want to come back and listen to Paul again.
What a delightful pun.
Right. Made in Japan. Genius, yeah? But yeah, we'll catch up there and then we'll go on to Number of the Beast. But yeah, Ante, mate, did you enjoy Killers, the album?
Definitely enjoyed Killers, man.
Did
Paul, again, you did great.
Yeah, did you enjoy my version of Genghis Khan?
That was pretty good, man. I didn't know that was coming.
I know, I enjoyed it.
Great. Did you enjoy my rowing?
I did enjoy your rowing, yeah. But yeah, the whole tracks through, man, I think it's a good album. It's better than most albums for the band, but Maiden have got higher places to go. And between the two first albums with Paul, I do prefer the first album as a whole, but in a way, Killers, the song, is just better than everything.
You really, yeah.
So I really, really like it because even like I can just put any part of Killers on randomly, and I'm like, yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Sorry, I got off my horse then. Yeah.
All right, guys. So if you have anything to say about the album and want to contact us, email us at listen-to-ironmaidenbaby@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And you can find all our stuff there. And yeah, we'll catch you next time with the earliest documentary and how Bruce joined the band.
And also another big thank you to Mr. Rust because thanks for the email.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Rust. Yeah. So should we give him let's do an. So where is he from? I think he said Indiana.
I think it was.
That'll be fun. I know what to do. Yeah, he said. Yeah, Mark Rust from Indiana, USA.
Yeah.
Scream for me, Indiana. Scream for me, Indiana. It's Mark Rust. Oh my God, here he comes.
Yeah!
Thanks.
No problem.
Catch us again. Bye.
Take it easy, guys.